Shalom Aleichem, sweetest friends! This year is a special schus for Chio ben Shalamis and for Yoshua and Rabbi Shua Meir ben Rachel Sarah and for Moshe ben Peshadina, Yaakov Medina Chasher, Bacha B'tzlacha, B'chol Maaseh Yedayim. We're continuing our shir about eating unkosher food at war and spending money on mitzvahs. In the first year we asked a number of kashas in the Rambam, and now we continue analyzing the halacha of spending money on mitzvahs. The Ramah writes in Yeridea, Siman Kufnan Zayin Seif Aleph, that if a person can save himself from doing a losa, say he has to spend all of his money. That he says the name of the Ran and other Rishonim. And then he continues the name of the Marivail in Siman Kufnan Vav, that if it's a matter of protesting, if there is any chash sakana, then he does not have to be motzi mammon. He doesn't have to spend money on this. Other people even paskin. If there's no chash sakana, you don't have to spend money to save to protest. It's going to cost some money to protest. He doesn't have to. In the Bir Agra, he writes the Mokar of the Marivail in the Gemara in Sanhedrin Ayin Gimel. We have a chiddush from the pasuk, a ribui mikra, that a person is chayav lahatzil chaveru b'memono, that a person has to save his friend's life with his money, but if not for the pasuk, he would have been pater, and antochacha, there is no pasuk. So therefore, the halacha is that antochacha, one need not spend money. And there in the Bir Agra, he writes, but it's mashma marivail, that not only tochacha, the makom sakani, he doesn't have to be motzi memono, but on every lo to say he's not mechuyev lahotzi memono, because he proved the ochiach with the kasv Torah b'chol meodecha b'avodah zara. It says b'avodah zara about avodah zara. Bracha samach aleph mamin beis p'sachim chav hey mepei beis. Sanhedrin ayin dalid b'chol meodecha, that one has to give all of one's money, not to be avodah zara. So it's mashma, not giving one's money to be avodah zara. But not all the Losa says. We shall look at Divrei Ran. And that's not like the Ran that the Ramah mentioned earlier, Ad Kan Divrei Agra. So now, asks Rav Man, we're basing this shir on his Torah. Asks Rav Man, I don't understand. We have a steer now, Beguf Divrei Ramah. First, he brings the Ran that wants us to give all of his money, in order not to be over on a Losa say. And then he quotes the Marivail, whose shita is that only for Avodah Zarah one has to give all of one's money. Not for Tochacha, and not for other Losa says, just for Avodah Zarah. So how can the Ramah be so himself minei? They bring the Ran and then bring the one who argues with the Ran and harmonizing them as if they're saying the same thing. Actually, the Marivail argues with the sheet of the Ran. Now the Marivail proved from B'chol Me'odecha that it's only din of Avodah Zarah that you have to give all of your money for Avodah Zarah. It's like B'chol Nafshecha. When it says in the pasuk B'chol Nafshecha, you have to give up your life. That's talking about Avodah Zarah. So B'chol Me'odecha, you have to give all your money. It's also talking about Avodah Zarah. The Bach and Orach Chaim Tov Reish Nun Vav asks on the Ravid Rashba and Ran, from this Gemara, how can you say for all mitzvahs says you have to give all your money? You see, it's Dafka Avodah Zarah. And then the Bach says, Ayin Shem in the Bach, that either Rabbi Misham Raya, because otherwise, what's the kasha of the Gemara? Laman Emra B'chol Me'odecha. The Gemara says, why does it say B'chol Me'odecha? What do you mean, what does it say B'chol Me'odecha? You have to learn, Dafka Avodah Zarah, you have to lose all of your money. To spend all of your money, not to serve Avodah Zarah. So it's the Gemara's kasha. Why does it say B'chol Me'odecha in this context? The answer is the Gemara's understanding that all of Losa says you have to give up all your money. So why does it say Losa say B'chol Me'odecha? Dafka about Avodah Zarah. All Losa says you have to give up all your money. So you see, the Gemara understands. The Gemara named on, as they say in the yeshivas, that you have to give all your money for all Losa says. Kanir Kavanas Habach is from the fact that it says V'chai Behem, is might be Pikuach Nefesh. Mashma, if Chai Behem is Mamayit Pikuach Nefesh, it's meaning you have to live. If one is in danger of dying, one has to do everything he can to live, B'chai Behem, even be over Averis, but less than B'chai B'hem, less than actually saving one's life. Kol Mamono, he's Chayiv B'chol Osasei. All Osasei is Chayiv Kol Mamono. Because that's not including B'chai B'hem, only saving one's life. See what the Kol B'Tziurim writes in Pesachim Chav Hei Amud Aleph, and so the Levush in Yoredei Kufman Zion brought in the Imrei Bin and Dina Denim Simin Yutes. Ayin Sham in those sources. Very nice. Sof Sof, we have to understand. Then why do we need a pasuk by Avodah Zarah? Like the Gemara says, Yesh Chadam Shemonu Chavelav Migufo. Sometimes you love your money more than your body. It's telling you, no, you have to give up all your money not to be Avodah Zarah. Not only your body, even your money. 1 second, Balavachi, anyway, it's like that. B'cholos to say. Why does the Gemara say Dafka about Avodah Zarah, Ayin Sham, Imrei Bina that we mentioned? Simin Yotes says they put out a new Imrei Bina with nice print. No excuse not to learn it. Yeah. So if it's all Averis, you have to give up all your money. Then why does the Gemara say Dafka about Avodah Zarah? And not only that, it's Tamur Me'od that the Marivayil should argue about Kol Mamono, about Elosasei against all the Rishonim. But all the Rishonim say, you have to give all your money to be over in Elosasei. And the Marivayil argues, and he says, no, you don't. And in Eruvin Mem Hamad Aleph, we have Akum, that siege Jewish cities, that Al Iskei Mamon, and Mechalem Es Shabbos, if it's for money. In Mechal Shabbos, and according to the Marivayil, in other words, what do you mean you're not Mechal Shabbos? You're not Mechal Shabbos to save your money. But according to the Marivayil, you don't have to be Motzi Kol Mamono even for Chil Shabbos. So if it's going to cost them all their money, then they'd have to, they should be allowed to be Mechal Shabbos to save their money. The Gemara says no. So now that we have the Marivayil against the Rishon, we have the Marivayil against the Gemara. That's not so b'shmak. We also have to understand that he writes, proofs from Sanhedrin Ein Gimel. Sanhedrin Ein Gimel, it says, Dafka, to save somebody's life, you have to pay. But not Tochacha. And he proves B'chol Me'odecha. Not Tochacha, that when you're Nitfas Aloso Oben, that you don't have to spend. And not B'chol Me'odecha. And he also proves from B'chol Me'odecha that from Avodah Zarah, that Dafka Avodah Zarah, you have to spend all your money, but not other mitzvahs. Because it's dochak to say that by Avodah Zarah you have to spend all of your money, but by the Eseh, Bocher Tochiach, Etzam Yisecha, you only have to be most of some of your money. Not only some. So what's the shear? How much is some? And he doesn't say that this sum is normally what do you have to spend on mitzvah essays? So the Imrei Bin is Tameya. B'chol mitzvah the Ran and the Rabbit write that you have to give a tenth or a third. So why doesn't the Marivai like this shear for the mitzvah of Tochacha? Tenth or a third, fifth, they're repasting. B'guf hadin, that in mitzvah essay you're not chayiv for mitzvah essay kol mamono. The Ran writes b'shem Arayvid, shlo yavi atzmo lidei oni, that you shouldn't bring yourself to poverty. Yapil atzmo alat tzibur, and then he'll throw himself on the community. So we don't want people being poor and then knocking on doors for charity, for tzedakah. Therefore, for a regular mitzvah essay, well, mitzvah essay, you're not chayiv kol mamono. Only los essays the Rishonim say kol mamono, but not mitzvah essay. Famous Gemara, Ksubas Nun Amar Aleph, Hamavazbeis, Hayivazbeis Yosem Michomesh. Don't spend more than a fifth on a mitzvah of your money. Why? Because oni is kamisa. Poverty is like death. And so is Loshan Halavush and Orachaim Tafresh Men Vav. Ayin Sham B'mrei Bina. That it's from the pasuk of V'chai B'hem. You have to live, and oni is kamisa. But he asks that if that's the case, why alosa say, are you chayiv kol memono? If oni is like death, you don't have to die for alosa. It says v'chai b'hem. So why in say we say I'm a vaz v'zay vaz v'zay chomesh, or is alosa we say why? Because v'chai b'hem you can't die and poverty is death, or like death. So say the same thing for alosa say, poverty is like death, and you don't have to spend all your money. We pass and you do. What's Rishon? So in the Rivash in Shin Pei Zayin, he says the reason is because the law say is more chamer than an asay. Ayin Sham, and therefore he says for this reason that it doesn't matter whether the law say is yesh bo ma'isa or law say she'im bo ma'isa. It's zel b'zach, because in both cases you have to spend all your money because of the chumrah of the losa say. But in the Pischei Tshuva and Yoredei and the Prima Godim and the Tshuva Chavas Yoyer, they say no, it depends whether yesh bo ma'isa or ein bo ma'isa. It's not totally an essay or losa say. Essay is ein bo ma'isa usually. Not doing an essay is passive. And doing a losa say is active. So yesh bo ma'isa, being over bo ma'isa is more chamor. Ayin sham b'chedushay gon Rabbi Kiva Eger. Chedushay Chasam Sofer, Shulchan Aruch Orachaim, Siman Tov Reish Nun Vav, Uba'arichus B'stei Chemed, V'imrei Bina, that we mentioned earlier. So we have to understand the Geder. Why is the Yesh Bo Maisa V'ein Bo Maisa Koveh here, like the Achronim say? So it would appear that we can explain the nafkamina between Kum V'aseh. Sheva al Taisa as follows. Based on Rashi and Brachas, Chafam and Aleph Tibor Maskell, Sheva al Taisa. They were talking about Kabbalah Brias. Shebdoicha Loisa say Shebetorah B'Sheva Val Taisa. Rashi writes, Dvarim Rabim Etiru Lakor Dvar Torah B'nei Siyog. Many things they were matir to uproot Divrei Torah al Siyog, to make a fence. Hechadeinu Orka Davar B'Maisi Yadayim El Yoshim Mukomo. Dvar Torah nekar me'elav. Aval ma'akar biyadayim lo. So if you're not oker b'maisi yadayim, you just sit in your place and you do nothing. And Dvar Torah is nekar me'elav. Aval me'akar biyadayim lo. You're not oker biyadayim. You're not uprooting it with your hands. Ad kan divrei Rashi. Also Lashon Rashi in Yevam Etzadi Amid Aleph. Lav aki and Dibra Masel Shebal Taisa. Lav akirahi. Lav akira biyadayimu. So it would appear from this that if a person is over al divrei Torah, it's not just pshat that a person is not being makayim the tzivui. There's an akira satira. He's uprooting the Torah. It's a direct hit against the Torah, uprooting the Torah by not being makayim the mitzvah. That's what happens when one does a ma'aseh to be oker divrei Torah. It's uprooting Torah. Yerushalmi Sanhedrin, Perek Beis Halacha Vav, Bakanti Yerushalmi. The Gabi Shlomo HaMelech, Shehir Ben Noshim, Mi Kitrigo. Who was Mekatrig on Shlomo? Yud Shebi Yarvi Kitrigo was the Yud that came before God. It was Mekatrig on Shlomo. Tana Rashbi Allah, Sefer Mishnah Torah B'nishtad, Sefer Mishnah Torah B'nishtad B'nei HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Allah Sefer Mishnah Torah B'nishtad B'nei HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Amal in front of Ribon Olamim. Kasavta B'Sarasecha. Called Daitikish. Shebatla Miktzasa Batla Kula. Varishlam Vakish Lakor. Yud Mimeni. Mishnah Torah Dvarim went before God and said, listen, you wrote in your Torah that if it's Batal B'Miktzah, Shtai that's Batal B'Miktzah, it's Batal Kula. So this is Batal B'Miktzah, he wants to uproot the Yud. He wants to uproot Lo Yarbe Lo Nashim, the little Lo Yarbe, Amalei HaKadosh Baruch Hu. So why dafka the Yud? Good question. So I'm like, Kodesh Baruch Hu, Shlomo v'elef kiyotzibo b'teilim v'davrim v'chein batel. Shlomo and 1,000 like him are batel, but nothing of you of the Torah is going to be batel. Ad kan divrei Gemara Yerushalmi. Hooray. Shibi kiyum. When you're not Mekayim, there's an akira of Torah. He's mamish uprooting the Yud of Yarveh. And that's Bidul Kol HaTorah. Uprooting a little bit of the Torah, it's uprooting the whole Torah. It's a good musar for those who pick and choose and pick. And in this inyan, it appears an afkamina between Kum Vasei and Shei Bal Taisa. It's Mavur B'Loshen Rashi in Yavamis, that B'Shei B'Val Taisa Lav Akirahi. Shei Bal Taisa is not uprooting. It's only uprooting when it's Kum Vasei. Because the Iker Nidon in the Gemara and Yavamis there is, if there's Koyach B'Yad Chom and Akar Dor Men HaTorah, and lo mitzad Iyakiyum, and let me tell Akira's Dover Sheyesh B'Iyakiyum. It's not Pshat that they're making, if the Koyach Chom have Koyach to be Oker Dover Men HaTorah, that they're not Mekayim something in the Torah. No. Are they Oker something, when they're not Mekayim, are they Oker something from the Torah? It's not mitzad the Ikiyum, it's mitzad the Akira. The Akira of the Ikiyum, of not being Mekayim. And there we say, Sheval Tais is shiny like we read Lashon Rashi. Hasiv is different. Because Rashi says that not doing is not Akira. Even though as far as not listening to God, they're the same. You do, you don't do. But Rashi says, Zukt Rashi, that it's only when you do that it's Akira, but not when you're passive. It's not being Oker. Gittin Pei Gimel Amid Aleph. Rabbi Tarfon Megarish Chutz Mi Ploni. He divorces everybody. He divorces her for every man except for Ploni. For us Ploni Tzidon is still married. And then she marries Ploni's brother. And then he dies below Banim. Lo nimtzeh Oker Dover Min HaTorah. Isn't he Oker something from the Torah? And Gemara says, Oker, are you Oker? Rashi. Kaloimar. V'chihu Oker mamish. V'rei neker me'ela b'gramotzo shel zeh. It wasn't mamish Oker. It was neker me'ela. Somebody else caused it. Oker mashma. Ha'oise isur b'yadayim. So we see that Akira is when you do a ma'aseh b'yadayim. And that's considered Akira. Ramban al Torah Parshas Yisro. Shmos Perek Chof. Pasuk Ches. The Mitzvos essay are Ava. They're an expression of Ahava. Mitzvos say are an expression of Yira, of fear. And therefore, Mitzvos essays are more chashuv than Mitzvos essays. Av is greater than Yira. And therefore, essay doicha say. Av is doicha Yira. Yen begillion hashas, Rabbi Kivegi, Rav Zayin Amid Aleph. He's mitzaying to the Ramban in the Gemara there that says that essay is doicha say, even though lo says chamor. And therefore, you would think it's even doicha lo say shish bokaris. Because anyway, lo says chamor and essay is doicha, so why not even ask karis? Why is it also not doicha? It's a horror on the Ramban. The Ramban says, the Mitzvos essay seems to be more chamer. It's Ava. But the Gemara says that Lois says are more chamer, and nevertheless it says doicha. I am said b'tos Yom Kippurim. Pegim Lamed Beis, and then goes Rabbi Kivego over there, and the Yad Malachi knows Tav Kuf Tesvav, and the Arichus B'Sefer Mishnas Chachamim, Steichem and Rechas Ayin, etc., etc. We have to miyashev the Ramban, the Gemara in Yavamis. So we have to say that Omnam mitzad atzmo, an essay is chamer. An essay is chamer than let's say like the Ramban says. Abba b'loisesei. Mitzdarif bo inyan akiras davar min haTorah. That we don't have by assays. By loisesei is also uprooting. Like the Aruch Laner in Yavamis. There. Of Zayin writes loisesei chomer mitzad kum v'asei. V'sheva al taiseh. Because he's uprooting it biyadayim. Actively. And the pasuk was megale to be mitchashev only b'mitzvah. So as far as the mitzvah goes, it's chomer than loisesei. It's doichel loisesei, because mitzvah the mitzvah itself, essay is more chomer. The only reason loisesei is more chomer is because there's an inyan of akira here. And Mimela, when the essay is doichel, when we tell you that the essay is doichel loisesei, and it's not considered akira anymore. Yem is b'meshech chachma. The parsha is b'zos habracha, Ramadalad Yud Beis. And once the Torah tells you, the Gemara says that essay is doichel loisesei, you're not uprooting the loisesei. But normally, loisesei is chomer because it's mitzdarif to being oker davar min haTorah. But here, when the essay is supposed to be doichel loisesei, there's no akira. And that's our Habamina. Shekishem she'ein mitchashvin. B'davar hanosaf. Sheyesh al etzem ha'avera. Al davar shenitztava. Shelo la'asoto. Now you would have thought that just like you don't pay attention, you don't factor in the extra element on the very avera, and something you were commanded not to do, and we only talk about the ahava and the yira aspect. So then why don't we say that if it's a loisesei, sheyesh bo kares, also say the same thing. Just like essay is doichel loisesei, because all we look at is the very mitzvah itself, and an essay is more chomer because it's av and a loisesei is here, and we don't pay attention to the fact that a loisesei is akiras davar min haTorah, because the element nosaf, that's an additional element. So too, the Gemara asks, so if it has kares also? Let's not be mitchashev with the additional element of this loisesei. And essay is doichel loisesei mitzad the etzem mitzvah. And the answer is no, we don't go that far by kares. Just a loisesei. Atzma and essay shumei av is adif, like the Ramban says. But not a, let's say, shish bokaris. So we learned an important yesod here, that the chomer of the loisesei is not in the etzem avera, but it's in the akira. It's being oker davar min haTorah when you do b'kum ba'aseh. And therefore you have to spend kol mamona. So Mirz Hashem, in the next year, now that we've broken some ground here, we blazed a path. Hopefully in the next year we will continue to be mitaritz the kashas, and b'siyat d'shmaya b'li neder, nir'eh niflaot mitorat Hashem, and tafasta meruba lo tafasta. I like my olam to be holding with me. Can't give too much at once. And we should be zocha lilmod u'lelamed, lishmo v'lasos, v'lekayim is called divrei salmo torah b'yahava, amen. Shalom, shalom, sweetest and most beloved friends.